If you guys saw my last video, my last Mermail video, you'll know that I mentioned how I'm having a lot of struggles with the extra deck. Mermail as a deck is changing a lot. There's so many different variants, and there really isn't one set extra deck formula to run, like there was in the past with previous Mermail variations in previous formats. So if you guys missed last video, basically I was down between either running the fish package, I guess you can call it, with White Ormond, Aceros, and Tatsunoko, or another Bahamut Shark or another Toad in my extra deck to see what was better. And I was testing some things out, and I figured, you know what, with Needlefiber coming out, I want to test something a little bit different. So what I actually ended up doing is, I ended up cutting Calamities from the extra deck. Now, when I say that, I didn't cut Calamities because I think it's bad. I cut Calamities because I wanted to make room for more Needlefiber focused things, so I can test that more effectively at my locals and stuff like that, instead of going to Calamities, which I feel like I really didn't go into that much. I would maybe go to Calamities maybe 1 in 5 matches. I feel like I would go into it, because when I went to my locals last time, I think I only summoned it once or twice. So yeah, the cards that I ended up actually putting into my extra deck was, I put in the PSY-Framelord Omega. Finally, I took out I think I took out Unicorn, and I forgot what else, but this is my proxy Omega. I don't have one. And then the other card I decided to put in instead was actually Herald of the Arclight. So I mentioned how I thought about taking out maybe Abyss Dweller or maybe taking out Phoenix instead. I decided to keep both of those cards because I felt like they were just both too good to cut. I feel like Phoenix is something that I actually go into a decent amount of time, and Dweller I don't go into it every match or anything like that, but I still think having a generic rank 4, excuse me, is really good to have. So I picked Herald of the Arclight, which sounds weird because when I was recording that video, this was something that I wasn't really considering. It was more of like an option down the road in the future. But I kind of realized it has some utility in this deck. So what does it do? First off, level 4 Synchro, so you can bring it out with Glow Up Bulb and a level 3, or you can bring it out with Diva and level 2, which you can do pretty easily in this deck. It actually comes up more than you thought. I've been doing quite a bit of testing these past couple of days because I've had off from the whole coronavirus thing, and I just feel like out of everything I tested, this was one of the better things. I've also even tested things like Abyss Pike in the main deck instead of Abyss Commander, because I cut Abyss Commander obviously because I'm not playing the VFD anymore, so there's really no point to it. I tried maybe playing the whole Gen X Undyne stuff again, which Gen X Undyne is really, really good now in this deck, but there's just not enough room, and if I play this, I have to play Link Spider as well, because Link Spider just makes Gen X Controller really, really good. And then I tried Abyssdine, which is one of my favorite ones, but I ended up actually deciding to play Mermail Abyssdine, and the reason why I'm playing Mermail Abyssdine is I'll show you when I do the combo of how to bring this out. So let me finish explaining what this card does. So the thing that really drew me to this card was not only the fact can it be an omni negate, just negate anything by tributing it, and destroy, which is good. It's not like a face-up negate like a Hot Rod Dragon Archfiend was. But what it does is its first effect is kind of like Dark Law. So any monster sent from the hand or main deck to the graveyard is banished instead. Now, that includes you as well, so you want to summon this towards the end of the combo. And I feel like out of everything that I tested, also I really want to play Synchro, by the way. So when I consider this is like my 15th card and I want to be a Synchro, and I'm already playing PSY-Framelord Omega, and I feel like Trishula just didn't come up enough to play. So I decided to play this, and in my test hands, I haven't played an actual game with it, it's only been a day. It's actually really good, and you can actually bring it in fairly consistently. So to explain the combo, and I'm sure you guys probably, if you guys play Mermail, you probably figured out how the combo works already, just when you saw that the card was a level 4 Synchro. And the combo is going to be, of course, Teus Dragoons. There's other ways to bring it out. It could be Teus Neptibus, it could be Teus Diva, it could be Teus Neptibus Extender. It could be a few things. The only real issue with this deck, though, or this variant, I should say, when you play Herald of the Arclight, is you have to play Abyssdine, which Abyssdine's a good card. It's kind of like Lapis Dragon. When it's added to your hand, you special summon it. However, if you draw it, you really can't do the Herald of the Arclight combo. So let me explain how this works. So actually, it's a 2.5 card combo. Oh no, 3 card combo, I know. But it's, Teus Dragoon plus Tinny Spirit. It also works with Diva or Neptibus. If you use Neptibus, though, you're going to have one less monster, so it'll be a little bit different. But let me just show you how it works. So first off, what you're going to do is you're going to discard Dragoons, special Abyss Teus. Teus' effect is going to activate. I should put the Teus over there. You're going to get yourself Abyssdine, which is going to special itself. And then you're also going to get Dragoon's effect, which is going to get you a Deep Sea Diva to your hand. You're going to then normal summon the Deep Sea Diva, use Diva's effect, bring out your Neptibus, use Neptibus' effect, send Dragoons, add Megalo. Same thing that we always do for every Teus Dragoons combo. I do feel like this is one of the stronger Teus Dragoons combos out of any of the decks that I ran though. So Send Dragoons, add Dragoons, add Megalo. And of course, you know, this I just came up with this yesterday, just figured out how to do this yesterday. So I'm sure you guys watching could probably tell me like, hey, you could have done this instead and it would have been better. So please let me know, build upon this if you know anything. So now here, what we can do is we have to go into Needlefiber. So we're going to use the Diva and the Neptibus. I like to summon the Dine and the Teus under the extra monster zones because they don't get in the way of your Needlefiber or anything like that. So we're going to link to summon our Needlefiber, which of course is our proxy for Beat Cop, which it's going to get cut off a little bit because of the extra monster zone, but you know what it is. We're going to use the effect to summon our Glow Up Bulb. Luckily, Glow Up Bulb, if you draw it, you can still special it from the hand. Also, transversely, what you could do if you really need to is you could bring out Diva for some situations, which could come up, but I'm sure you guys knew that already. Now here, we don't want to synchro yet into Highly Dark Light because then we would banish our stuff from Megalo. So here, unfortunately, I don't think we can really bring out our Moulin Glacier with this combo unless we have another, there's some step that I'm missing maybe, I don't really know. So we're going to discard these two for Megalo, special Megalo, I'll put Megalo here, Megalo Chainlink 2, we're going to use Dragoons Chainlink 1. So we're going to get ourselves the Abyssdine, the Mizuchi, and we're also going to get ourselves a Lapis Dragon here, just so we can get another monster on board. Now here, what we have to do is we have to overlay these two. Gonna make ourselves Abyssdine, which finally using this guy. I feel like I never used this guy. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to go link 4 with not Abyssdine, with Lapis Dragon, Glow Up Bulb, and the Beat Cop, or Beat Cop's obviously Needlefiber. And then we're gonna go into our Appaloosa, which is Proxy Deco Talker. Lots of proxies, I know. And now here we're going to use Glow Up Bulb's effect. Glow Up Bulb's effect you can still use under Needlefiber, by the way. I know Needlefiber says like the monster effect's negated. Glow Up Bulb still works for whatever reason. I don't really care. Just know it works. So we're going to mill one, bring out Glow Up Bulb, and then we're going to synchro these two and summon Herald of the Arc Lights over here. Now obviously this is of course going to be a little better with Master Roll 5 because the zones aren't as clogged. Where is my Herald of the Arc Light? I can't even find it. Oh, it's right here. Summon Herald of the Arc Light, I put in defense mode because it has weak stats, which is one of the biggest downsides of this card. So to go over this combo, what did we accomplish? So we used 3 cards, 2.5 if you want to be specific, because the third one could be any water in your deck. And if that any water happens to be an extender, like another Neptibus to bring something back, then this combo gets a little bit better. But we'll just say 2.5 cards or whatever. You have a 5-card hand, you're probably going to have a water if you open with the first 2 cards. So what essentially we have here is we have 1 monster negate in Abyssdine, 1 spell negate, 1 omni negate, and then 3 negates off of Appaloosa, which is 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 6 responses to your opponent's 6 cards, if that makes sense. Obviously, they can bait out the Abyssdine because it's the first spell, but the thing I really like about this combo is, typically with a lot of decks, not just Mermail, when they put up negates, it's usually a lot of monster negates. And monster negates are great, but at the same time, you want to have spell negates because you want to be able to respond to those lightning storms. And obviously, Abyssdine is nice because you can actually stop Super Poly with this, which I'm sure you guys knew about already. Now, this thing, though, has really low attack. So you could just go, okay, summon anything, attack, kill it. Which kind of sucks because, sure, it's easy to get over. But at the same time, if they have to do that, they're literally wasting their normal summon, usually wasting their normal summon, to attack over this, and then they're wasting their battle phase, and then they still have to deal with all of your other stuff. So I'm still not 100% sure if this is the 15th card I'm going to run going forward or what, but this is what I'm testing now, and I definitely want to get your guys' thoughts and opinions on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And this is probably what I'm going to end up playing in terms of the extra deck at the Brooklyn Regionals, assuming it doesn't get canceled. The Brooklyn Regionals is at the end of April, which is like a little over a month away, so hopefully it's not canceled. But if it is, then I guess this is what I'll be playing at Locals. Another thing I don't like about this combo, though, is it's another Teus Dragoons combo. And where's my Teus? Oh, it's over here. And there's just so many Teus Dragoons combos. Like, whenever I see a Mermail combo and it's like Teus Dragoons, I'm like, okay, I see how it works already, because Teus Dragoon literally gives you everything. So I want to know if there is a way to do this exact combo with maybe a different hand setup. I feel like Teus is going to be needed no matter what, just because you need a way to bring out the Abyssdine, unless there's another way to bring out a level 3. The only other level 3s that come to mind in this deck are the Crusadia Water, I forget the name of it, Crusadia Arbore, I think. But the issue with that is it's a tuner, so you can't use, I'm pretty sure you can't use 2 tuners for the Arc Light. I know some synchros you can, and you need a non-tuner. So that's definitely a problem. And I was actually looking at other level 4 synchros, because level 4 synchros are one of the easier ones to bring out thanks to Abyssdine. and there really isn't anything else that's really great to play. You could be cheeky and play like Armory Arm for like extra OTK power, but I feel like that's just not needed at all. I've just always liked Armory Armor as a card. 5Ds is one of my favorite eras of Yu-Gi-Oh! If you couldn't tell from my channel icon being Yusei Fudo. But the bright side of this card is it is pretty easy to bring out for this deck. Easier than I thought, because you don't really see people bring out level 4 synchros. And absolute worst case scenario, you can technically make it with just Diva into Infantry, and then Synchro. Or transversely, you could normal summon Infantry, summon Diva, and then if they ask that, at the very worst you can make this, which isn't great, but it's something. And for all I know, maybe once Eternity Code, I'll just cut this entirely and play other stuff. Maybe I'll play Trishula again because the levels might work out. I don't really know. I haven't done any Eternity Code testing at all because I'm really just focused on the format prior to Eternity Code because that's when my regionals is, assuming it doesn't get canceled again. Please don't get canceled. But either way, that's it for today. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. How can we make this combo better? Can it be made any better? Is there any other better synchros you can play? I'm going to quickly just fan out my extra deck so you guys can see what I'm playing. Just because sometimes in these videos, people comment like, oh, you can do this, and then this, and this, and summon this monster, and it involves like 2 or 3 monsters in my extra deck that I'm not even playing. So I just want to show you guys what I'm working with, so maybe you can tell me, oh, hey, if you cut Phoenix and play this card instead, you can do this, or cut Coral Enemy and play this, you can do this instead, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys, that was a loud slap, next time.